What's going on, guys? Star Power here, and welcome back to InHuman Reactions. Today we're going to be looking at Kai versus Tahu, the death battle between Ninjago and Bionicle. I'm going to be honest, this one, I don't have an idea who's going to win. Quite frankly, I don't care. I'm just here for the ride. So, I'm not going to waste any more of y'all's time.
Kai versus Tahu.
Who wins in an all-out brawl between Ninjago and Bionicle? He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
First ever stop-motion battle, let's do this!
The year was 1998, when LEGO introduced us to the world of the ninja.
Who could forget such classics as Ninpo Big Bat and Ninja Surprise? And the surprise is death!
The near death of the LEGO company, in fact. But then, out of the shadows, a decade later, the ninja returned, remade, rebuilt.
Ninjago!
The story of Ninjago starts in the village of Ignacia. Kai was a simple blacksmith trying to get by with his sister, Nia. Not that he had the patience for his line of work.
Kai's fiery streak couldn't be matched. It happens when your parents mysteriously vanish.
And that streak continued when some skeleton men kidnapped his sister, and Kai learned that within him lay the power of fire.
Thanks to the guidance of Master Wu.
Alright, here we go. Name, Kai. Age, over 20. Elemental Master of Fire, aka the Red Shogun. Trained by Master Wu and Egalt. Thalassophobic. Fear of deep water, that makes sense. Fear of Christmas? Okay. Honestly, I'm not even going to try and say that other word. Likes video games. Craggling Mud. Skylar. Sits next to Chapel Roan on the battle bus. Why is that even in here?
He ditched the hammer and anvil and did what any good brother would do. Become a ninja!
And after some intense training and a bit of spilled tea, Kai mastered the special technique of spin jitsu.
Look at him go! He's like a living Beyblade!
Well, it's actually a precise use of perfect balance to deliver dozens of focused strikes in rapid.
Yeah, Tornado Ninja, got it. He can fly, pull in foes, and summon his elemental power all around. And you know what that is. Fire!
Yes.
Right, power of fire. Fire creation and manipulation. Heat and fire resistance, propelled flight, flame barriers, true potential. We will see what that means. Spin Jitsu. Tornado of creation, Spin Jutsu burst, air jutsu, rising dragon, and a dragon form. Neat.
I can throw fireballs, resist extreme heat, form protective barriers of flame, and even conjure a fiery rising dragon. Basically shifting his spinjitzu into a more powerful draconic form.
So Kai teamed up with Master Wu's other students, Jay, Cole, and Zane, to make a team of teenage ninjas.
Yes.
The Lego kind, not the turtle kind.
On a mission to gather the 4 golden weapons and defeat the evil Lord Garmadon.
He's the one who kidnapped Kai's sis. But hey, I've seen the Lego movie. This should be easy. He's a Lego mini guy. If he gets cut up, he just pops back together.
Nope. Ninjago treats their characters like actual people, not Lego pieces. Except for in the movie, but that's part of the Lego movie continuity, not Ninjago itself.
Oh, so
Good enough.
Kai can take a hit, but he's not putting himself back together like everything is awesome. Huh.
Which makes his quest all the more perilous. Long ago, the golden weapons were forged by the first Spinjitzu master to create the continent of Ninjago. Kai eventually gained the Golden Sword of Fire, through which he can channel his elemental power. Fire.
So much so that if Kai is surrounded by a bunch of fire, he can use it all for a mega-sized Spinjitzu burst.
Unfortunately, Kai wasn't the easiest teammate to work with. Eager to rescue Nia, he went it alone, until he was tricked into helping Garmadon escape imprisonment. Whoops.
Yeah, bummer. But it wasn't all bad. They got all the golden weapons. And with his sister rescued, Kai vowed to become a real elemental master and...
Okay. Kai has achieved his true potential, gaining absolute control over his element and extraordinary defensive powers. Really, that's it. I can't deny it's a bit anticlimactic, but it's okay.
prove he wasn't just hot air.
So he got to training, when he wasn't slacking off and playing video games. Befitting a ninja and a pro gamer, Kai is a master of stealth, can climb any surface, and is incredibly fast.
He's dodged lightning and is even a match with Jay, who could outrun his own elemental dragon.
Which, according to the Ninjago Visual Dictionary, can apparently fly at light speed. Yes, this is an official book.
If that wasn't enough, other ninja like Cole are so strong they can shake an entire mountain.
So even as a wild child, Kai's team kept him in check across a dozen seasons of blocky ninja action, where, frankly, nothing was off the table.
Who could forget the virtual world season, the time travel season, the ghost season, really anything that would sell toys.
Meaning, Kai picked up plenty of ninja gear.
What? And okay, this is getting far crazier than I ever expected. Sword of Fire, Deep Stone Armor, Dragon Hook, Fire Arrow Blade, Fire Elemental Blade, Fire Techno Blade, Prismatic Blade, Reveal Blade, Reversal Blade. How many swords does this guy have? Wingsuit, and vehicles, Blade Cycle, Elemental Fire Mech, Golden Dragon Rider, Kai Fighter. That's a good joke. Mech Jet, Mech Storm Rider, X1 Ninja Charger, etc. Yeah. Hold on. He has like 7 different swords. What the hell is Ninjago?
Swords, grappling hooks, shurikens, a motorcycle, a wingsuit for flight, but swords of fire remained his weapons of choice.
Once, when Garmadon combined the golden weapons into a mega weapon, Kai and his bros went to the past to get them back, then pushed themselves to the limit, using the golden weapons to overload the mega weapon with so much energy, it exploded into a star.
While this did destroy the golden weapons, creating enough energy to ignite a star is absurd. For a mass to become a star, it must first cross a critical temperature threshold of approximately 4 million degrees Celsius.
And over time, Kai's fire got so strong, he could melt down those same golden weapons.
But no matter how powerful he became, Kai's hot-headedness kept getting in his own way.
Come on, Kai oozes main character energy. He was sure to get the title of Green Ranger, Green Ninja, the one destined to be the leader of the team and take down Garmadon once and for all, right?
No. Kai was chosen by Master Wu, but that didn't mean he was the chosen one. That honor belonged to the up-and-comer Lloyd, who happened to be Garmadon's son and Wu's nephew.
Typical Nepo, baby! But even if Kai wasn't the chosen one, he still had a big role to play in protecting Lloyd.
In a surprising act of humility, Kai chose to guide Lloyd until he could defeat Garmadon. And the threats just got wilder from there.
But he always rose to the challenge. Kai's defeated Karloff, the Master of Metal, and trained Wildfire, the Master of Heat.
With his teammates, he took down the Great Devourer, a snake goddess that could consume the continent.
Oh, wow. Alright, destabilize the volcano, dodge Jay's lightning, survive the atmospheric re-entry, help destroy the Overlord, his fire reforged the golden weapons, helped destroy the mega weapon, took a hit from Lord Ra's Warhammer, defeated Karloff, Ash, Master Chen, Iman, Ogu. I hope I said all that correctly. If I didn't, please let me know, but do not torture me in the comments.
And Nauticon, a djinn that could lift half of Ninjago's landmass into the sky.
And when these crystal weirdos had him on the ropes, Kai did a jump up, kick back, whip around, and spin to achieve his ultimate power, the dragon form.
With this, Kai gets a huge boost in power, can fight on par with demonic Onis, and can even harm the Overlord, the source of all evil in the world, who was as strong as the first Spinjitzu master. Remember? The creator of Ninjago itself.
Then, by uniting with his pals, they summoned a giant golden dragon that obliterated the Overlord. Sayonara, sucker! That's the power of found family. And money!
Kai's journey took him far and wide, where he beat the odds time and time again. Because, hothead chosen one or not, within Kai was the fire of a ninja.
Nice.
The upcoming battle is the first ever.
It was the year 2000,
Okay, that was it.
And the Lego company was in shambles. Straddled with debt and risking closure, they needed a brand new idea to turn things around.
They needed something epic, something that was Lego but for big kids,
Something
and kids who love
edgy.
lore Enter Bionicle!
Bionicle begins on the island of Matanui when 6 mysterious canisters arrived at the homeland of the biomechanical Matorans.
With help from a weird stone and this little guy Takua, out popped 6 very marketable warriors. The Toa!
They were Kopaka, Gali, Pohatu, Lua, Unua, and their self-proclaimed leader, Tahu.
But what were the Toa?
Alright. Name, Tahu. Height, 7'2". Toa of Fire. Leader of Toa Mata and Toa Nuva. Trained by Hydraxon. Likes lava surfing, the All-American Rejects. Name means burn in Maori? I don't even know what that is. Choking hazard. Yeah, of course he is. The Bionicle.
Tahu had no freaking idea. He and the others had no memory of what, who, why, where, all that important stuff. Nothing. Head empty.
But even as an amnesiac hothead, Tahu still wanted to protect the Matorans from a threat lurking behind the scenes.
Lego Sauron! No, wait, not literally. I mean this creepy guy, Makuta, who just loves slaughtering the Matorans with his army of monsters.
Thus, the Toa Mata battled all manner of beasts with their elemental powers. And as the Toa of Fire, you can guess what Tahu was bringing.
Guns! Oh, fire, yeah. Okay. Even early on, Tahu could shoot fire, set his sword ablaze, melt thousands of tons of sand into glass, and even stop a volcanic eruption. But even more importantly, he surfs on lava! Oh man, that's so cool! I mean, hot.
Tahu's fire is so hot that it can reportedly melt any known substance. Anything. And on the rare occasion that his own fire isn't enough, he can absorb flames from his foes and surroundings. But it would take all his might to face Matanui's trials and gather the Kanohi masks.
Magic masks that give extra powers.
Alright, here we go. Powers and Arsenal. Fire creation, manipulation, absorption, adaptive armor, fire sword, magma swords, Nova Blast, golden Kanohi, grants access to all mask powers. Kanohi masks, mask of shielding, concealment, levitation, mind control, speed, strength, telekinesis, time, X-ray vision. And no, I am not going to pronounce all these words because I'm probably going to get them all wrong, so leave me alone.
And the Toa scooped up a bunch of them. With his mask of
Alright,
shielding,
let's
Tahu
see.
can make an energy barrier that blocks all kinds of attacks.
There's also masks of telekinesis, super strength, super speed, and X-ray vision. And from his mentor, Vakama, Tahu gained the Mask of Time.
While its power puts a serious strain on the user, it's worth the risk when it can slow targets to a standstill. Plus, these masks can be swapped out whenever Tahu wants, thanks to a cyber totem that stores them all.
Which came in handy as the Toa battled monsters across Matanui.
Like the Avoka, a beast that could fire lightning, which Tahu had to dodge multiple times.
But even from the start, Tahu was a lone wolf who preferred going solo, even if it meant leaving his Toa brethren in the dark.
Tahu tried to take on some big bads all by himself, and it went even worse than you think. He lost his powers, and he lost all the rest of his team's powers. Awkward.
Dude.
But Tahu kept pushing forward,
I would beat his
accepting
ass.
his team as his siblings, overcoming his weaknesses, and rebuilding himself. Literally.
By jumping into a pool of liquefied cyber juice to become the Toa Nuva. Now boasting twin magma swords and later some slick adaptive armor, Tahu can fly and use his fire in new supercharged ways.
He can conjure fire cages, create lava pits, and steal the heat from other living beings. So much so that the process freezes them solid. As
Dang.
the Toa Nuva, Tahu and his team are among the strongest generations of Toa. Just as mighty as a much later iteration, the Toa Inaika.
Who defeated Umbra, a living beam of light. It was tough, but with some clever thinking and a mirror trap, they used Umbra's own super speed against him.
But perhaps Tahu's most impressive ability is the Forbidden Technique. The move no Toa wants to use, because the absolute annihilation that it causes is unforgivable.
The Nova Blast.
Using all of his elemental energy at once, Tahu can unleash a blast so powerful that it can potentially destroy all of Matanui. Not Matanui the island, oh no, Matanui is also the planet. And not just any planet, but a living celestial being that became a planet.
Oh boy, here we go. If you think stuff like Warhammer
Cybertron,
and
is
Elder
that you?
Scrolls have too much lore, you're not ready for Bionicle lore. don't even get me started on the shattering of Sphere's magma and the betrayal of the League of Six Kingdoms and...
But more than any physical power, Tahu was learning that a good leader isn't just one who leads, but is willing to be led. And so, he faced Matanui's final trial, the Mask of Light.
The legendary Toa of Light was destined to defeat Makuta and save Matanui. It's obviously gonna be main character Tahu, right? Right?
Of course not.
No.
Turns out, the Toa of Light was Takua.
Oh yeah, the little guy who opened the capsules at the very beginning.
The Toa were tasked with guiding this new member, something Tahu found surprising, but ultimately accepted for the good of the group.
Good thing too, because they needed to be a solid team when they finally learned their true purpose. The whole reason they were built in the first place, waking up God.
Long ago, the great spirit Matanui charted the depths of space until the Makuta Pterodax poisoned Matanui like a cancer. Tahu and the Toa were meant to act like white blood cells, protecting the heart of Matanui and, should he fall, resurrect him.
Yeah, Makuta Matata's whole plan was to amass an army, hijack Robo-Planet Matanui, and rule the universe. And he actually pulled it off.
But Tahu and his team were ready to fight back, with every generation of Toa joining together to reawaken Matanui.
Then, alongside the Toa of Light, Tahu went on an epic quest for his final toy variant. Upgrade. The Golden Armor. Screw you, Takua.
Okay, here we go. Designed by the great beings specifically for Tahu, boosts all physical abilities, wiped out the Rakshi all at once. Damn, that's a lot. Raka powers. Whoa. Okay. Accuracy, adaptation, anger, chain lightning, chameleon, confusion, cyclone, darkness, density control, disintegration, dodge, elasticity, fear, fire resistance, gravity, heat vision, hunger. I don't know what that does. Ice resistance, illusion, insect control, invulnerability, laser vision, magnetism, mind reading, molecular disruption. How many powers does this guy have? Plant control, plasma, poison, power scream, quick healing, Rahi control, shapeshifting, shattering, silence, sleep, slowness, sonics, stasis field, teleportation, vacuum. Oh my god, that's a lot of powers. I'm starting to think Kai is cooked here.
He's getting a gold mask anyway.
This armor not only increases Tahu's own power by several hundred magnitudes, but also absorbs the powers of those it defeats for Tahu to use. Just in time for all the Toa to come together for the final battle of good versus evil. Matanui versus Makuta Pterodax.
Giant Planet Mech versus Giant Planet Mech. Oh man, that's awesome.
With his new armor, Tahu annihilated Makuta's forces, destroying the slug-like Krata and taking their powers. Like heat vision, quick healing, teleportation, improved accuracy, and disintegration.
And giving Matanui the chance to strike down Makuta for good. Lego God was pretty spent though.
Okay, hang on. Stopped a volcanic eruption. Melted an iceberg into a puddle. His Nova Blast could destroy Matanui. Saved Taguro village from a wave of lava. Survived submerging entirely in magma. Destroyed Tetrodax's entire Rakashi army. Fulfilled his destiny to reawaken Matanui. Defeated the Balrog. Borakal Nektam Makuta.
But before he took a well-deserved nap, he trusted his final message and the new world to Tahu. I guess he really is the main character.
Tahu led the way for the Toa, Matorans, and all the other peoples to create a new world. One for all Toa to see, shoulder to shoulder, united in duty and bound in destiny.
Nice.
For that is the way of the Bionicle.
Hell yeah.
All right, the combatants
Yes.
are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a stop-motion death battle!
Let's do this.
Man, the merge brought some weird ones. Let's see what you can do. Get off this island, pal, or you'll be nothing but hot ash.
There go your swords.
Spin Jitsu! I will not break! Another master of fire, huh? Why is it always me?
Oh, that's cool. That was funny. Oh, this is great.
Time to heat things up. Ninja, go!
Dragon time. Looks like he just blew a bubble. Just Dio'd it. What is he, Deadshot? Oh, there he is.
Dodge this!
The sound! Golden. He's transforming. Oh, that's so cool.
Surf's up!
Okay, he's just aura farming at this point. Finally.
With jump up, kick back, whip around, and spin, that's the way of the ninja!
It looks like he's just throwing his arms at him.
United in duty. Bound in destiny. This is the way of the Bionicle! Now or never. Matanui, forgive me. First time for everything. Full power, ninja go! Guess I was too hot for him.
KO! No, wait, that figure was binned!
This match was not an easy call. Let's build this set by examining their speed, arsenal, and power.
First up, speed. With all that fire spinning around, staying one step ahead was super important. Tahu could dodge Avoca's lightning.
Okay, hold on. Notably, the laser vision power possessed by Prata and Dark Hunter Secten delivered impact force and doesn't meet the parameters of a lightspeed laser. Fair.
But Kai and the rest of the OG ninjas are as quick as dragons that move at light speed.
Meanwhile, the Toa and Aika could not keep up with Umbra, a light speed entity, and the Anika are similar in stats to the Toa Nuva.
Tahu definitely got a leg up with that golden armor.
The mega weapon launched into space faster than light, and the phoenixes from Legend of Chima flew to the sun. These exceed Tahu's speed, even if he's highball scaled to Umbra, or more nebulously laser reaction feats from Kongo, Hakan, and Rakashi. Fair. I expected Kai to have the speed edge.
But Kai's got way more speed amps, like Rising Dragon, Air Jitsu, and the Dragon Form. Speed goes to Kai.
Yeah.
However, while Kai was running circles around Tahu, the Toa's arsenal had plenty of counters.
Kai's packing flaming swords, wingsuits, supercars, motorcycles, and even a mech or two. All cool stuff, but Tahu can stop time.
Exactly. With all the Kanohi masks plus the Krata powers, the Toa of Fire had plenty of abilities Kai did not have a direct answer for. In theory, the Mask of Time alone could nullify Kai's speed advantage.
Yeah, too bad it hurts real bad to use. Like, really, really bad. Just one use almost took out Vakama. There's a reason why the Toa don't whip this out every time there's a new monster of the week.
So Tahu could not reliably depend on the Mask of Time for a win without serious risk of a self-KO.
Okay. Kyle's gravity power created a small singularity that destroyed itself, but it was overloaded by an outside source, which is not normally applicable to product powers. Okay,
But he has dozens of other unique powers. The masks of shielding, speed, and strength help him keep up with Kai. Add in golden armor powers like heat vision, quick healing, and improved accuracy, and Tahu has the wider arsenal. A lucky shot with disintegration could be enough to tip the scale.
If Kai didn't dodge with his way better speed. So this all comes down to power. Firepower! Tahu's best move is the Nova Blast, which can wipe out a planet. But Kai's power created a friggin' star. You know, classic ninja move. The Ninja Star!
Well, a star was made, that's been confirmed multiple times, but it was a team effort utilizing all the golden weapons. Kai's clearly not blasting people with the power of a star on a regular basis, but neither is Tahu with the Nova Blast, a move we technically have never actually seen reach planetary levels of destruction, only heard about.
Yeah, the Toa usually battle monsters that can break mountains, like the Boruck, while Kai and Co. fight foes who tear apart the entire continent of Ninjago. It's not like Tahu was throwing hands with Super Mecha Makuta.
Bionicle, the Great Spirit robot, fired a blast with power to destroy a star, but it didn't hit Tahu or his allies and is on a completely different scale. The robot is the universe. Yeah, I mean, that makes.
That was Manui's job. Still, the Star and Nova Blasts are their absolute peaks.
A star's gravitational binding energy far exceeds that of a planet's. Even dividing it between the four weapons vastly exceeds any of Tahu's best showings.
And hey, Kai's still the one who lit the fire! His
Wait a minute. Kai's heat resistance scales to wildfire who can survive the sun's heat, as stated by Ninjago writer and producer. Okay, yeah.
own flame can melt the golden weapons, and even this official guidebook confirms they've got the combined power of a star. That's right, Ninjago's got that epic lore too.
Furthermore, Tahu's fire can reportedly melt any known substance. Giving benefit of the doubt and taking this literally, the material with the highest known melting point in the universe is tantalum hafnium carbide, an extremely rare compound that NASA likes to test rockets with because it doesn't melt until around 4,000 degrees Celsius. Extremely impressive.
Yeah, but when you're talking stars, melting point kinda goes out the window.
Indeed, initiating stellar fusion requires temperatures in excess of 4 million degrees. Far higher than anything Tahu has generated or survived. Certainly capable of overwhelming him, even with all his defenses.
So, the Red Ninja is bringing in a whole lot more firepower.
While it's possible Tahu's wider arsenal could land a victory, Kai's significant advantages in speed and power means he wins this more often than not.
Kai took fire to a whole new level, and Tahu just had to let go.
The winner is the Red Ninja, Kai.
Fair enough.
Next time on Death Battle.
Let's see who's next. Okay, Mewtwo. Yes! The remake we've all wanted. Mewtwo versus Shadow.
And join as a member to see more Death Battle. Thanks for watching.
Ah. Nice. Hang on. Yep.
Subscribe.
There we go. I'm excited for this one. I'm still gonna hedge my bets for Mewtwo, but I wouldn't shock me if Shadow beats him this time. Anyway, as far as the actual battle, stop motion was immaculate. Whoever did that, amazing job. Like, no notes. But I was surprised. I'll admit it. I thought Bionicle was gonna win. Whatever. Like I said, I was just along for the ride anyway. So that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. And until next time, shine on.